So, in this video today, we are going to be talking about what you can do if you have no plans this summer and nobody to do it with. First of all, don't worry because by the end of this video, you are going to have so many things to do this summer. You're going to be excited for it as well. I'm going to give you 10 things to do this summer on your own that you are going to absolutely love. So, first things first, I think the really important thing to do first is change your mindset on this. The fact that you have got the whole summer ahead of you and you can literally do whatever you want this summer. You have nobody that you have to compromise with. You have nobody telling you that you can't do this or they don't want to do that with you. You get to choose what you want to do and how your summer looks. And that actually is a really, really exciting prospect. So I really want you to have that in your mind before we even start this process. So let's get into the 10 things that you can do this summer if you're on your own. So number one, and this is one of my favorite things to do in the summer, and it's a really easy one as well. If it's a really nice day outside, pop to M&S because you're going to take yourself on a solo picnic date. So go along to M&S, peruse the picky bits aisle. So go and get your favorite snacks, your favorite bits of food, your favorite drink, non-alcoholic or alcoholic, depending on what you fancy. I think it's really, really nice to make something of this picnic. So rather than just going and getting a blanket that you've had for years, nothing wrong with that, by the way, but why don't we elevate our picnic experience a little bit here? Why don't we order ourselves a really nice picnic basket with everything in it that you need, cutlery, glasses, napkins, that kind of thing. You can actually get them quite cheaply on Amazon and some really nice ones on there as well. So why don't we grab one of those, grab our M&S picky bits and our drinks, take a good book with us and just head out somewhere really nice and scenic. It could be that you go somewhere near a nice river. It could be just somewhere with really nice views. Obviously, don't go anywhere too quiet if you're on your own, but just set up camp, set up your blanket, set up your picnic basket, your food, your drinks, read your book and just have a lovely old time. I have done this one so many times and I've always really, really enjoyed it. And you know what? You can actually stay for quite a long time. I've been known to stay on a picnic by myself for 3 or 4 hours and get lost in a book. Number two is go to a really nice rooftop bar somewhere. It might be somewhere near you. It might be that you go to London to go to a really nice rooftop bar. But do a little bit of research first of all. Have a look, on Instagram at some places that you really like the look of and go there. I'm thinking one afternoon. I always think the afternoon is a really nice time to go for a drink by yourself and then go along, maybe take a book or a notepad with you so you've got something to do whilst you're there and then peruse the cocktail menu. Pick a cocktail that you really like and just soak up the atmosphere. Really enjoy it. Look at the views, do a little bit of people watching and enjoy your rooftop bar experience. You have to do this at least once this summer. And if you're too nervous to do it in this country, maybe you could do it whilst you're abroad. A lot of girls always say to me that they find it so much easier to do these solo experiences when they're in another country. So if that's you, try. Number three is a night away in the UK. I just think this is something that all women should experience. And there are so many lovely places to choose from. So it might be that you fancy a little log cabin escape somewhere. It might be that you want a really nice hotel or a spa experience somewhere. But have a little look online. There are so many good deals to be had as well. Maybe it's in a city or a town that you haven't been to before, somewhere you went ages ago and you really want to visit again. Really put a little bit of time and research into this and book yourself a little solo night away. And then obviously you can plan what you want to do while you're there. Maybe it's that you simply want to go along and stay in the hotel room all evening, order room service, watch a movie, have a nice bubble bath and completely relax. Or maybe that it's you want to go out and explore, see the local area and actually go for dinner, take yourself out for some cocktails. So have a real think about what you want to do whilst you're. Number four is take yourself out for dinner. Or if you're not brave enough to go for dinner yet, then maybe take yourself out for a little dessert date. This is such a nice thing to do. So pick a nice pub or restaurant that you want to go to. Whenever I've done this for myself, I always find it's a lot easier to go late afternoon or early evening rather than later on. I just find myself feeling a little bit more comfortable. And often you get some really nice early dinner deals at that time of day as well. Do some research, pick somewhere that you really like the look of. Maybe it's a new restaurant that you really want to try. Maybe it's just a favorite of yours. Book it and go along. If you don't want to do dinner, if you don't feel quite brave enough to do the whole dinner thing yet, take yourself on a nice little dessert date. And the reason this is so nice is because the pressure's kind of off. You don't have to sit there for as long as if you were having a meal. A dessert date is quite quick. So maybe go to a local dessert place or even a pub or a restaurant and just order dessert. I love doing this. Okay, number 5 is one of my all-time favorite solo dates. I have done this so many times, is do a sunrise breakfast. So obviously set your alarm. In the summer, it's not as early. Get up, and do you know what? The sort of like setting your alarm and getting up a little bit earlier, that adds a little bit of excitement to it as well. Make yourself a nice coffee at home and maybe do one of those frozen pastries that you can get from the supermarket. You put them in the oven and they're just really, really nice and fresh. You can take them out, they're warm. Take one of those with you so you've got a really nice breakfast. Go walk somewhere or drive somewhere that's really nice and scenic where you've got a really nice view of the sunrise. And you can either stay in your car and have your coffee and your breakfast. I like to put a nice playlist on, like a little bit of jazz or something. Or you can go for a walk and take your breakfast with you. But it's just such a nice way to start the day, trust me. Number 6 is visit a new village or town that you haven't been to before. This can be somewhere that's nearby to you. It can be somewhere that's a little bit further away, but we're doing a day trip. And honestly, there is nothing nicer and better for the soul than just going somewhere new and exploring and being a bit of a tourist for the day. You can obviously do your research beforehand and plan what you want to do. If there's any coffee shops you want to go to, any antique shops, any charity shops, any bookshops, maybe there's a really nice walk you want to do there, but take yourself off and just spend the whole day exploring and, of course, doing a little bit of people watching. Okay, we are rattling through these now. I hope you are taking lots of notes and getting lots of inspiration for this. Number 7 is try something completely new that you've never done before. Maybe it's something that you've had on your list or had in your mind for ages and you've just never got round to booking it in. Or maybe it's something you've never even thought of doing before. So have a little look online at what people are doing. Do you want to try that out and give that a go? Maybe that you've always wanted to learn Italian or French. Book yourself in for a language class. Maybe you've always wanted to do a cooking class. Get a cooking class booked in. Maybe it's that you want to try a pottery class or an art class or a new fitness class you've never tried. Whatever it is, get it booked in. And what you always find with these things as well when you go to them is that there's always other people there on their own. You won't be the only one. And you get to meet other people as well. Number 8 is another firm favorite of mine. It's getting yourself a takeaway wood fire pizza, your favorite drink, and going and watching the sunset. So we've already mentioned this with the sunrise and breakfast, but I also really love to do it at the other end of the day. And again, this is one I have done so many times. I used to call it my favorite little pizzeria where they did amazing takeaway wood fire pizzas. Grab myself one of those, I'd get a drink of my choice, and then go to a lovely place where I could watch the sunset. Again, I'd put on a really nice chilled playlist, and it was just a really nice way to unwind after the day and relax. Number 9 is a new recent one for me, and it's something that probably a lot of us do, but I'm actually now making this into a solo date. It's going perfume shopping. I love going shopping for a new perfume. And I feel like I often do it when I'm quite rushed. I'll sort of go in and grab something, but I want you to really make something of this. Spend a good few hours going to a really nice perfume store. Go somewhere where they've got lots and lots of choice. And I like it when you get an assistant who's working there who's actually really helpful and gives you good recommendations, spritzes them for you, and just talks about the perfume. And it's a really nice thing to do at this time of year because you can find your signature summer scent. I did this earlier on and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Maybe add it in with going for a little coffee or a cocktail as well. And number 10, our final one, is do a weekend abroad. I mean, if you're brave enough, go for a week. But again, I think this is something that everyone needs to experience. Traveling somewhere new that's not in the UK on your own. And there are so many places that you can go that literally take a couple of hours to fly to. somewhere like Barcelona, the south of France, the lakes in Italy, so many incredible places. And I just think that when you go abroad, you're kind of not as conscious as you are when you're over here and there's new things to see and do. You feel a little bit different when you're abroad, and you may well be a little bit braver with trying things. I think the key to this is really planning out your weekend before you go so you don't feel overwhelmed or lonely when you go. So maybe see if there's any sort of sites that you want to see whilst you're there, any restaurants, any coffee shops, any classes that you want to book into. Because again, when you book these things when you're abroad, you often find there are lots of other people who are traveling by themselves. Maybe go on to some forums beforehand where you can kind of chat to people who might have done the same thing as you and get some ideas. But honestly, it's such an empowering thing to do. Have done any other things that have been amazing by yourself? Pop them in the comments below because I'd love to read them, and it would be really helpful for anyone else watching this video as well. And you know what? Do not feel down or depressed if you haven't got any plans yet for the summer and you're feeling like you haven't got anyone to do anything with. You can have the most incredible summer by yourself. It just takes a little bit of changing your mindset and actually planning some things in. If you want more tips like this, you can follow me on Instagram at where I upload things daily and give you lots of tips and inspiration. And if you're feeling like you need a little bit more confidence with doing things solo or on your own, then I also have my 72-hour reset. I will pop that below. These are all the things that I did when I wasn't in a great place myself. I wasn't feeling too confident, and I just needed a complete quick life reset to get me back to feeling really good again. I will pop the link in the description. Bye.